Hello, my name is David Johnson. I grew up in a small town in deep South Georgia. I saw the churches in our local communities in these kind of ways. Some were kind of strange to me, like the holiness in the Pentecostals. There was the Episcopalian church, and they let their minister drink and smoke. The Catholics were present, and they had a pope, and their preachers couldn't marry. And then we had the Methodists, the Baptists, and the Presbyterians, and we were kind of all the same except for a few minor differences. But it didn't matter what kind of church you were a member of, the one thing we all had in common was tithing and pledging. That is giving 10% of your income back to God. And then on Sundays, taking your personal envelope, putting your pledge into it, and dropping it in the collection plate as it was passed down the pew. Tithing and pledging were rules that good Christians followed. Now you fast forward 20 years, and I found myself on the staff of a mid-sized United Methodist church. I was still tithing and pledging. I was preaching tithing and pledging because these were the rules that good Christians followed. It was during this time that I had an epiphany. I broke free of the shackles of what good Christians would or wouldn't do. I began to look at the emotional and psychological benefits of being a Christian and attending church and tithing and pledging. Tithing gave me order with my money. When I took 10% of my income, what little income that we had at the time, out and gave it to the church, Susan and I had to make value decisions about how to spend the rest of our income. We had to make decisions about what we purchased, what we delayed, and what we decided against purchasing. Pledging was a way of acknowledging that we had a responsibility to an organization that served our family and served the community. As Susan and my income increased, the amount of money that we gave through tithing increased. We continued to give the bulk of our tithe to the local church, but we also began to give to community projects like United Way or Habitat for Humanity. We knew the church had a budget that must be met and bills that had to be paid. The church is in the business of sharing God's love in the world, and every business needs a certain amount of money to meet its financial obligations. Our pledge lets Circular know that the light bills can be paid next month. Your pledge may let Circular know that the water bill will be paid. Each pledge offers consistency to the programmatic aspects of the church. I think we can all agree that Circular has a responsibility to each of us to provide a place of worship, to provide programming for us and our families and for the community, and to be a beacon of love and courage to all, regardless of who you are or where you are on life's journey. With that awareness in mind, will you join me in making a financial pledge to Circular this year? That is, in joining me in acknowledging that we have a responsibility to Circular because of our relationship with Circular and how Circular touches our lives and the lives of many in the Charleston community. Thank you.